Hoop Steady on YouTube. So today we're going to talk LeBron James briefly in the NBA. And we're going to react to a video that was posted on YouTube by the YouTube page Scap Attack. He did a really great video here, a very short video we're going to get into in a second. And he talks about the NBA rigging games for the Lakers and LeBron. And he goes into the free throw disparity between LeBron, the Lakers, and the rest of the NBA. And also he talks about LeBron faking injuries, which we know he's done in the past. And he put a question mark, or he says, is the NBA rigging games for LeBron and why? Now, he didn't really cover the why. That's where we're going to come in at. I'm going to give you my explanation on why I believe the NBA is doing all of this. So let's watch this video and then I'll react to it in between.
Well, the Lakers got together with the Warriors a few days ago in what should have been a much anticipated showdown between LeBron James and Steph Curry, following those reports that the Warriors were allegedly interested in trading for James to pair with Curry. Instead, though, LeBron sat out nursing his fake ankle injury, but he was healthy enough to play the very next night to stat pad against the San Antonio Spurs, who are coincidentally the worst team in the Western Conference. But in that Warriors-Lakers game, something else happened that is now garnering the wrong kind of attention for the Lakers and the league as a whole. This graphic flashed up during the game, illuminating the vast differential in free throws attempted by the Lakers versus their opponents this season as compared to the differential for the other league leaders.
And that's true, because for some reason, the NBA is giving the Lakers a lot of more free throws. Like, they tried to rig it. I didn't even think they tried to rig it last year, but the problem was Denver was just a better team. We even seen it last year in the series against the Warriors and Lakers. And a lot of pushback last year was, oh, well, the Warriors take a lot of threes, which is true. They do shoot a lot of threes, and that might have played a role in it. But the Lakers, even in those series, if you go back and look, the Lakers also took a lot of threes as well. And it wasn't like Golden State took like 20 plus or 30 more threes. The 3-point shooting attempts were pretty even last year to a degree. I mean, it wasn't like that much outlandish. Because I remember I was like, the Lakers and the Warriors threes were pretty almost, the attempts were almost on par. I mean, it was, yes, the Warriors had a bit of an advantage, a little bit more, but not to the point where the Lakers should have had that many more free throws. So there was something there.
And much to the shock of, well, nobody, the Lakers are being gifted a lot of free throws, like a lot more than anyone else. Their plus 325 is nearly twice as many as the second team on that list, which is the Phoenix Suns, who have shot only 181 more than their opposition.
And that's crazy. That's wild, because here's the kicker. While the Lakers, they shooting a lot more, Phoenix is number 2. Now, why is Phoenix number 2? That should be investigated as well. Because Phoenix, for the most part, is a jump shooting team. They're probably a more jump shooting team than the Lakers, because at least the Lakers have an inside presence in Anthony Davis. But the Lakers, Phoenix, all those guys are perimeter scorers, right? Durant, Booker, Beal, and all those guys, they're all perimeter oriented. So why the hell are they number 2 in the league? So there's definitely something fishy going on, not with just the Lakers, but just teams with star players like Phoenix, Lakers, and others. So something to keep an eye on, especially when it comes to the postseason. I wonder where the Clippers will rank at, because the Clippers seem to be more, of a team that would get free throws.
It's a complete crap.
And this intel really shouldn't come as much of a surprise, as the Lakers led the NBA in free throw discrepancy a year ago as well, shooting 476 more than their opponents for the regular season in 2022-2023. And things got really absurd once LeBron slithered his way into the postseason, with the Lakers easily leading the playoffs a year ago in free throw discrepancy, outshooting all three of their opponents on the way to the Western Conference Finals, taking 121 more free throw attempts than they gave up. And this, mind you, was in only 16 total games.
It's a complete crap.
With the height of absurdity coming in the second round against Golden State, where in a 6-game series, the Lakers shot 160 free throws to the Warriors' 80.
Yeah, see? 160 to 80 in free throws, which is complete. That's ridiculous. Because the three-point shooting was not like the Warriors didn't shoot. They shot more threes than the Lakers, but it wasn't that many more to the fact where you can make the excuse that, oh, well, Golden State was shooting all threes. That's why they didn't get free throws. The Lakers were shooting a bunch of threes too. So how did they get that many? I mean, there was a couple games where the Warriors didn't even get to the free throw line. I mean, it's almost impossible, especially in today's NBA. If you're calling the whistle, I mean, guys, you can't really guard guys. You're almost fouling. I mean, Curry. And now Clay did struggle a bit offensively, but you telling me Wiggins couldn't draw fouls and Curry and all those guys? I mean, they definitely rigged it. I think the series was rigged for the Lakers. But like I said, Denver was just better. That's why the Lakers didn't get to the finals. And, of course, LeBron choked.
What?
Yes, doubling them in attempts. The massive free throw disparity this season comes despite the fact the Lakers really don't go to the basket much, as they are currently 29th out of 30 teams in drives to the basket per game.
So the Lakers are 29th in drives to the basket, and they're number one in free throws by far. Yeah, it's rigged. Definitely rigged. Definitely rigged for sure. That makes no sense. How could you be 29th in the NBA and drives to the basket, but have almost, 300 plus more free throws than the second team? What the hell's going on there? And it's pretty obvious. They're telling you right in your face, we want LeBron. But why?
They are above only the Denver Nuggets, and shockingly though, the Nuggets shoot the fourth fewest free throws per game this season.
So the Nuggets are 30th in the NBA in drives to the basket, and they shoot the fourth fewest. This is defending champs, right? So Denver, so how's the Lakers way up there unless the scales are not being tipped for the Lakers? Makes you think.
And while this is just the most tangible and direct effort of the league's pathetic push, for whatever reason, to try to cling on to the relevancy of LeBron James, it begs the question, why? As the Lakers and Warriors both got 40 nationally televised games this regular season. 40. That is nearly half of their 82-game schedule, and it is 10 more than the defending NBA champion Denver Nuggets, who only got 30 national games, along with the Celtics, Bucks, and Suns. The Celtics and Bucks, of course, who have perennially traded off best record in the NBA designation the last few years. But the Lakers, and Warriors for that matter, have both been dreadful ass as of late, with Golden State finishing as just the 6th seed in the West last year, and the Lakers finishing as just the 7th seed, while both are currently occupying the 9th and 10th seeds in the conference en route to what will likely be a play-in tournament berth for both. All of this amid the hilarious and embarrassing continued tanking of ratings and overall popularity for the NBA as viewership continues to plummet to new lows. The last time LeBron was in a final series, that preseason exhibition tournament disguised as an NBA championship on the Disney campus in Orlando, Florida.
Mickey Mouse bubble.
I want my damn respect too.
Yeah, that one. Well, it became just the second final series in the last 25 years to not register 10+ million viewers for a single game. That series got only 46 million viewers total in all 6 games combined. For comparison's sake, in 1998, when Jordan won his 6th and final title, that one got 36 million viewers in just the Game 6 alone. The only other series to not register at least 10 million viewers for even a single game of a series over the last 25 years was, of course, LeBron's first finals appearance against the Spurs. Under LeBron's watch, we have now ushered in humiliating low points like All-Star games getting 5 million viewers and Christmas Day games getting less than 2 million. If the NBA knew what was good for itself, they would be trying to cut ties with LeBron, not align with him more.
Well, here's the deal. The reason why the NBA, while they may want to cut ties with him, but they really can't, is because, and here's the why, because he didn't talk about this, and this is my opinion on why the NBA is really pushing LeBron here. One, Adam Silver needs his legacy. He's trying to cement his legacy as far as who should be the next GOAT. If you notice, and that's the end of the video, it's about 20 seconds left, but he doesn't really get into much about the why. Oops, where is it? Right here. If you notice that on a lot of the podcasts, or even some of the former players who have now changed their minds, like Scottie Pippen, who once said Jordan was the GOAT, why did he say LeBron is now the best? He flip-flops. Many other guys are now starting to lean towards the LeBron is the GOAT. They're starting to say it. Whether we know it's not true, but they're saying it. And it's a push to make LeBron the GOAT. And that's why the NBA they're trying to help LeBron get that another ring. They're trying to get him closer, because they probably thought once he broke Kareem's record, and everyone be like, okay, he's the greatest. But he still hasn't gotten it. He still hasn't been satisfied. And the NBA cannot have LeBron retire. This guy's played for 20 years. Michael Jordan hasn't played since when? Since about 20 plus years ago. A whole new generation of basketball fans, right? And Michael Jordan is still the GOAT for a lot of people. So the NBA they do not want to waste LeBron. They cannot have LeBron retire and him not be known as the widespread GOAT. Because look at the current status of the NBA. Look at the current structure. Who's the next guy that could come close in the next 20 years that could be considered in the conversation? The further we get away from Michael Jordan, no one else. Because we hate LeBron, most of us, right? We talk shit about LeBron, we criticize him, we say he flops, you move team to team, you did all that, but we also got to be realistic and acknowledge that the guy came into the NBA under immense pressure at the age of 18. Nobody else is going to be able to do, nobody in the league is going to be able to play that long and be and have this kind of impact in the current generation in the league. Whether we think LeBron didn't win enough, which is true, but his longevity, because he's on PEDs and stuff like that, we know. But from 18 to now, no one's going to be able to do that. So if they don't name LeBron as the GOAT when he retires, the NBA is going to be in trouble. Who's going to carry the league? And Jordan's probably going to be the forever GOAT, right? Jordan's going to be the forever GOAT, because it doesn't matter. Even if a guy comes in after LeBron 10 years from now and he starts winning titles, it won't be the same, because the NBA rules are changed. The game is a lot different. There's more scoring because of the three-point line. It will never be respected. That's why the NBA and the NBA knows this, because they're changing the rules. They want to expand. They want to add more teams. It's never going to be the same league, and they need to have a current GOAT. They can't have the GOAT from back who played in the 80s and 90s and dominated. They can't have that guy being the GOAT going into the 2020s, 2030s, 2040s. They need a new GOAT. It's pressure for the NBA to have a new GOAT, right? It is. Think about it. Could you imagine, okay, let's say it like this. If Jordan didn't become the GOAT, say it wasn't Jordan. Say if, I don't know who was the GOAT back then, Wilt, before they handed to Michael, Kareem, or Wilt. Say if Wilt Chamberlain was the undisputed GOAT, and there was no Michael in the 90s. Michael won a couple chips, but he wasn't never really considered the GOAT. And then you get to today's NBA, where guys don't even know who Wilt could even never seen. It's like not seeing videos of Wilt Chamberlain score 100 points, and people are like, a guy scored 100 points in a game in the NBA, but there's no video. We can't see it. We can't confirm it. There's no like, I mean, yeah, there are videos of Wilt Chamberlain, but it's almost like Wilt Chamberlain is a myth, right? And they were able to move on from that myth because of Michael Jordan. But the new generation of sports fans need their GOAT now, and the NBA needs to sell that. That's what I'm saying. They need their GOAT, and the NBA will love for everyone to say LeBron's the greatest. But it ain't working because LeBron is just not the GOAT. They're going to try to force it, but it's just not going to happen. And I think that's why the NBA is going all out. They want to get LeBron another ring, right? And they're going to try to count. They're going to count the that in-season tournament. LeBron fans will count it. They'll count the Mickey Mouse bubble title. They're going to count all that because they need to really pad this man's career so they can package him up for GOAT status. And they're going to use former players on their podcast and former guys on TV and all the talking heads to push the narrative, right? They're going to use the Shannon Sharps, the Nick Wrights, and all these guys, and they're going to package it up all nice so they can say LeBron's the GOAT. And I really believe LeBron is still playing because he wants to be known as the greatest of all time. I think that haunts him, that he's not considered the GOAT all around. Like, everyone's not saying it. I think it haunts him. I really believe if he would have won the title in 2020, like he won that Mickey Mouse bubble title, and everybody would have said LeBron's the GOAT, he probably would have retired. He would have retired because I think that's the last thing he's playing for. He's playing for that. He's playing for people to tell him you're the greatest of all time. He wants the NBA to acknowledge it. He wants at least 80-90% of the fans to acknowledge it. He won't admit this, but I'm telling you, that's what he's playing for right now. And he'll do anything in his power to get to it. And the NBA will help him because Clutch Sports owns the NBA. They pretty much got the league on lock. They putting pressure on the league. They're saying, hey, you know, we can move players around, put them in different markets. Also, all those accounts online, those social media accounts that have the LeBron history, the LeBron factory, all these accounts that started popping up over the last couple of years, that started posting all the LeBron highlights and all his top moments. Those accounts are all like, they all work for Clutch Sports. Those are like LeBron's Clutch Sports employees are running those accounts, or at least they're being paid by Clutch Sports or something like that. And because the campaign is on. And if you want to be in the NBA space moving forward for the next 10, 20 years, if you don't want to be blacklisted, you must get on TV, get on your podcast, get on all your platforms and say LeBron is the greatest of all time. You must kiss the ring, the Clutch Sports ring, which is the LeBron ring. You must kiss the ring. And that's what you're seeing. That's why you're seeing all these guys saying it. Because LeBron hasn't really done anything from a few years ago when people was like, yeah, Michael's a GOAT. What has he done in the last few years to make all these guys all of a sudden change their mind? They changed their mind because they got pressure to tell them. And a lot of these podcasts are under the Clutch Sports agency. They're financing them. So that's why they're kissing the ring. It's all a gimmick. It's all a scam. This guy's trying to buy himself GOAT status. He's trying to buy it.